I am Mark Greenstein from Ivy Bound. I wanted to give kids and their parents hints for signing up for the SAT for the first time. It's a kind of long process through collegeboard.org. You're going to probably spend an hour the first time through. So a few things come up routinely. Number one, what test center should I sign up for? I like nearby, but not necessarily your own school. If you're a kid who might get distracted by other people that you know, distracted in any way, that they're fretful themselves over the test, or they're really too chill, or they're poo-pooing the test, I don't like that. I like when you are riveted on taking the test and getting the most out of each section on that test day. For that reason, going to a neighboring town where you're likely to know nobody in the center, I think is good. Now, if you sign up for a place you've never set foot in before, go to that high school sometime in the weeks beforehand. After school, you can sit in a couple of the classrooms, you can do home study work to practice, and you get yourself acclimated to where to park, what the situation is probably like. The test center itself is going to give you choices. You can give them a second choice in case yours is filled. The best way to do it, though, is sign up early, well in advance of the deadline. All right, number two, there's lots of questions that they ask intrusively. They ask about your parents' educational background. They even ask about your parents' income. Now, you can answer do not know or do not want to say, but you're supposed to answer. And starred fields are unfortunately in abundance. You've got a lot of things to put in. I want you to know that colleges are not evaluating your responses. They'll start asking you about what things you'd like to do when you get to college. What are your grades? What are your coursework that you've taken in high school? Colleges are not evaluating these responses, okay? Once you apply to colleges, your application is what they're looking for, not what you said 15 months earlier before you took an SAT. So, I suggest filling out only the starred fields. I would skip over the other stuff. They ask about your race. You're not being evaluated on that either. I think it's despicable that they're even asking. You don't have to respond. All right, there's an option for QAS, the question and answer service. It costs an extra $18, and it's a minor help at the end when a few weeks after the test, you'll get back the list, not of questions though, simply which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. It's only mildly helpful to see that you got more wrong in the beginning versus the middle versus the end. I don't feel like this is especially helpful. You're not getting the booklet of exact questions. So for $18, it can't hurt, but I'm not sure much of a help. You really assess yourself before the test with past booklets, and you and your tutor are going to be looking over what you're getting right, what you're getting wrong, categorizing and strategizing to make it better on test day. Now, you also have the option to do the essay, and I do think almost everybody should stay and do the essay. That too is an extra $18. It should be done because for an extra 50 minutes of your time, you have a credential that some colleges need, and other colleges, even if they don't need it, they appreciate it if you can get a good score. It's one of the more coachable parts of the SAT, so if you work on it a little, there's a good chance of getting an enhanced asset for college admissions. All right, then the question of, do you want to submit names of colleges to receive your scores? Here, I'm ambivalent. There are three categories of student who might want to say, yes, I'd like to show the colleges my record beforehand. Number one, you like mail. You actually like getting lots of catalogs still in the mail. Your parents are sick of it, by the way, but you're only in your teens. Maybe that's something that's important to you. I just want you to know, the number of mailings you get has no relevance to whether you are higher admittable. Colleges are mailing you stuff because they're trying to promote themselves. And they'd like to see more and more and more applicants. It makes their statistics good, even though they're saying yes to no more people. More applicants actually cuts down your chances of getting in. You can still apply even if you've never received a mailing from a college. And the better colleges don't even bother to mail. It's the lesser known and typically lower ranked colleges that want to get better known, put themselves in front of you. Also, programs that have specialties that you might not know about. You want marine biology, and they learn that marine biology is your thing. Well, you might get something from a college that specializes in marine biology that you didn't know about. All right, number 2 reason. You are so superficial that you get self-esteem from telling your friends, I got a lot of college catalogs in the mail. Okay? The third one, you are not likely to put an in-depth college search in place. So you don't really know what's out there, and more information that happens to be mailed to you is more influential than doing research and seeing their online catalogs and getting the feedback from recent alums. That's the better kind of research, but I understand that catalogs can make a difference. All right, so those are 3 categories. Most people, I think, fall in the 4th. You don't need a mailing, okay? You're going to do your research. You're going to be thorough, and irrespective of whether a college seems to like you, you're making yourself likable to them. And you stand just as good of an admissions chance when you apply to a college that knows nothing about you with certain credentials versus a college that has been mailing you for a long time. There really is no difference. So, for most kids, I would hold off on sending out to the colleges. Wait until it's actually time and you've applied to certain colleges. Then you can release scores to them through the College Board. I hope this has been helpful.